Go.
Hi, welcome to stage 3. We're going to do the trial balance. The trial balance has a title, Trial Balance as at the 28th of February, ARY 2008. Okay, the important thing here is as at, because the balances are true and correct as at the close of business on the 28th of February. The following day, money will come into the bank account, go out of the bank account, and all of the other balances will change as well. Okay, so that's an important part of the phrase. So here we go. Now, the debit and the credit column should balance, they should be equal at the end. So let's see how we get on. Creditors. So we've already balanced that, and we said that it had a credit balance, so it's going in the credit column. Debtors, we then also expect to have a debit balance, and it goes in the debit column. Okay, so then we're moving down to our VAT account. Okay, now we've 4 figures. All right, so taking the calculator, we have a credit figure first, 1653.63. So minus, okay, because it's on the credit side, plus the 372, plus the 1104.03, and minus the 112.56. Okay, and that gives us a minus figure of 361.44. So it's important at this stage just to throw an eye to see, does that look okay? And this takes a little bit of practice. You might find it easier to begin with to add that column and take them away. Now, we don't want to see the figures there, so you could pencil them in and take them away when you're finished, or do them on a sheet of paper, like so. Okay, take them away and have it there, and then transfer it in. Again, it's up to yourself, but we don't want to see them there. So the 361.44, okay, is going in on the credit side. Bring it to the trial balance, 361.44. Now, as you get practiced at doing this, you can balance some of the accounts as you go along, because you'll know how many transactions you're expecting. Say like the sales account. It'd be normal to have maybe 2 figures, because you might have cash sales there, or some people will keep that in a separate account depending on the analysis that they do. So we'll have the sales. So it has 1 transaction on the credit side, so that becomes the credit balance. Okay. Sales returns has a debit transaction, and that becomes the debit balance. Okay. All right. So that's that first page brought over. Okay. Our bank account. Okay. So we've 28,335 minus 27,001.6. Okay, so that gives us a debit balance, nice healthy 25,000 in the bank. Okay, 25,633.40. Okay, now we have the capital. Okay, so the capital is mainly where the money has come from. So it's on the credit side. It's a liability, as we discussed. And it will remain a liability in the company for as long as the company is in existence. It's the money that the company owes to the owner. Okay, so now we have rent received, which is a gain, and it's on the credit side. We have interest received. Okay, 55 on the credit side. So again, because they were credit transactions, they become credit balances. Okay, and again there now, as I didn't do, complete them as you go. Okay. Purchases. We said purchase is an expense. and is always debit. Okay, one transaction, but that still makes it a balance. Sorry. Okay. Purchases returns, again it's the opposite. Now there's a lot to take in here, but generally what a bookkeeper has, they've last month, and you start to see patterns. Okay, so purchase returns, credit transaction means a credit balance. Okay. So now we're just moving to the third page. I'm going to just take that away, out of the way. Now, so we have electricity. So the list of expenses that you might have for real will be a lot more than we have right here. But you're following the same thing. They will just mirror each other. Okay, wages, 520. Wages, 520. Okay, and bank charges, last but not least. Not in the bank's mind anyway. Okay. Now, so that is all of our accounts brought into the trial balance. So let's take the calculator and add up the two columns. So 1848.91 plus 1232. Sorry, now just again here you need to be able to read your own figures correctly. Just got to double check my figure there. Okay, is it on here? Sorry. I've moved it, just 1 second. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, 2563,340, 5348, 255, 520, and 1250. Okay, so we're getting 34,84941. Okay, for the total of our debit column. Let's try the credit. 3889.37 plus 361.44 plus 8708 plus 20,000 plus 1500, 55 and 536. Okay, so we have a difference. Okay. Now, in an ideal world, we'd all get there in the first go, but we haven't. So what we're going to do now is take one column from the other. Okay, so I still have the 35,049 on the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to take that figure from it. 34849.41. So I have a difference of 240, which I need to find. Right, so we need to go back and look at the individual figures. But first of all, you would double check your columns to make sure. Okay, so let's do that first. 1848.91, 1232, sorry, second, 25633, 5348, 255, 520, and 1250. Okay, so there's the 40 cents that we were missing, because we now have 81 there. Okay. So now we're looking for 200. And do you remember in the beginning I was looking at this figure? I couldn't read my own figure. That is most likely where my problem is. So let's just see. Here we go. Yeah, and my figure is 1432. So I've made a bad 4 there. Okay. If I correct that and add on the 200, I'm going to balance. Just let's double check. So it's important that you're reading your own figures correctly. If you can't read your figures, can anybody else? Okay, so now we balance. Cross it out. 35049.81. So we're happy. That's it. Now review them again, the three videos if you need to. The best of luck. Thanks for watching.